Think reliable 80s motorcycles are all museum pieces with museum prices? Dead wrong. While everyone's throwing stupid money at the same overpriced classics, there's a whole arsenal of bulletproof 80s iron hiding in plain sight. Bikes that outlast your daily driver and cost less than a decent used car. We're counting down the 10 most reliable motorcycle bargains from the golden decade. Real bikes, real prices. Before the ride begins though, fuel up the channel with a like, and don't forget to smash that new hype button. Number 10. BMW K-Series Flying Bricks, German Tank Engineering. Ever heard of a bike nicknamed the Flying Brick that just refuses to die? Well, these BMWs, with their inline brick engines, were a departure from the airhead boxers and brought a whole new level of German reliability in the 80s. Here's why nobody tells you about K-bikes. They're capable of very high mileage. We're talking serious distance-eating machines that just keep going. The reason they're lower on the bargain list? While reliable, parts can be more expensive, and some maintenance like spline lubrication is more critical and can be costly if neglected. But here's the thing. A well-maintained K-bike is a fantastic, durable tourer. These engines are built to last when you treat them right. But why are they bargains? Simple. Everyone wants the latest GS adventure bikes with all the electronic wizardry. Meanwhile, these proven workhorses sit ignored in classified ads. The K75 and K100 represent German engineering at its finest. When you need something that'll cross continents without complaint, this is your machine. Real-world pricing? $2,000 to $5,000. K75s often hit the lower end. K100 RS and RT models climb higher, especially with ABS. But if German engineering feels too exotic, the next bike proves Japanese reliability doesn't have to break the bank. Number 9. The Kawasaki Vulcan 750, the Forgotten Cruiser. Introduced in 1985, the VN750 is a cruiser nobody talks about. And that's exactly why smart money's moving. While often overlooked, the Vulcan 750 offers a reliable, liquid-cooled V-twin and shaft drive. It was a long production model, indicating solid design. This thing delivers comfortable, dependable cruiser experience without the Harley tax or the maintenance drama. They're generally easier to maintain and provide exactly what most riders actually need. The liquid-cooled V-twin means consistent temperatures whether you're crawling through city traffic or cruising mountain highways. That shaft drive? Forget chain maintenance forever. But why is it overlooked? Well, because it doesn't have the marketing muscle of bigger names or the cult following of Harley. It just works, day after day, mile after mile, without demanding attention. The Vulcan 750 represents practical cruiser engineering. Not the loudest, not the flashiest, but reliable as sunrise and comfortable for real-world riding. Price range: $1,500 to $3,500. That's real cruiser comfort for sport bike money. Coming up, something even tougher that laughs at pavement and dirt equally. Number 8. The Kawasaki KLR650, the Cockroach of dual sports. Now, the first generation was introduced in 1987, and it's still the definition of rugged and simple. Now, its single-cylinder engine is incredibly tough for dual sport and adventure riding, the kind of bike that survives things that would kill prettier machines. This thing is built like a tank. Single-cylinder simplicity means fewer things to break. When you're 200 miles from the nearest town, that matters more than fancy electronics. But here's the insider secret. There's one weak point. The infamous doohickey. That's the balancer chain tensioner lever that often needs an aftermarket replacement for long-term peace of mind. Fix that one issue? Well, you've got a tank that'll outlast most riders. The KLR650 doesn't care about your riding experience, doesn't care about road conditions. It just goes wherever you point it and keeps running. But why are prices climbing? Well, demand for reliable adventure bikes is through the roof. Everyone wants something that won't leave them stranded when the pavement ends. This is the bike for riders who understand that getting there matters more than looking good doing it. The prices range from $2,000 to $4,500, often higher due to adventure bike demand, but still bargain territory for what you get. But maybe dirt isn't your thing. Maybe you want something that eats highway miles with shaft simplicity. Number 7. The Yamaha XJ Series, the shaft drive secret. Another solid UJM from Yamaha. The XJ Series, especially the Maxim variants, offers reliable inline-4 engines, and many also feature shaft drive. The XJ650 Maxim, the XJ750 Maxim, solid universal Japanese motorcycle credentials that nobody's talking about. These deliver reliable inline-4 engines, and many feature shaft drive. Translation: forget chain maintenance forever. They're comfortable, easy to ride, and widely available. The XJ series represents Yamaha's approach to practical motorcycling. Less common issues than some competitors, but remember, we're still talking older copper-rated bikes here. That inline 4 provides smooth power delivery across the rev range. That shaft drive eliminates one of the biggest maintenance headaches of motorcycle ownership. But why the bargain prices? Well, they got overshadowed by flashier sport bikes and bigger tourers. The XJ series never got the cult following it deserved. But for riders who want dependable transportation with character, they're pure gold. These bikes understand that reliability trumps flash every single time. The Maxim variants especially offer that perfect balance of performance and practicality that define the best of the 80s engineering. Price range: $1,000 to $3,000. And just a note here, turbos are a different, more complex beast and not included in this reliable bargain list. Speaking of reliable bargains, the next bike proves American-style cruising doesn't require American prices. Number 6. The Honda Shadow Series. Cruiser reliability done right. For those seeking a reliable 80s cruiser, the Shadow is an excellent choice. The VT700C and VT1100C V-twin engines are known for durability, and many feature low-maintenance shaft drive. They're comfortable, readily available, and generally hassle-free. Here's what Honda understood that others missed. You can build a cruiser that looks the part without the constant wrenching. The Shadow series proves that point perfectly. Those V-twin engines deliver that classic cruiser feel with Honda's legendary reliability backing every mile. The shaft drive models eliminate chain maintenance completely. The Shadow represents Honda's philosophy applied to cruiser design. Build it right the first time, make it last, and don't overcomplicate things. Why are they still affordable? Well, because cruiser buyers often chase bigger names and bigger price tags. Meanwhile, the Shadow quietly delivers everything you actually need. Now, the comfort factor is real. These bikes were designed for real-world riding, not showroom posing. Long-distance capability without the premium price tag. Honda's engineering meant fewer breakdowns, easier maintenance, and reliability that other manufacturers struggle to match. Prices range from $1,500 to $3,800. The smaller displacement models hit the lower end. The VT1100s hold value well, but they're still reasonably priced. But if you want sport touring capability that can still embarrass modern bikes, keep watching. Number 5. The Yamaha FJ1100 FJ1200 Sport Touring Legends. Yamaha's powerful sport touring entry, known for its incredibly stout inline-4 engine. These bikes are built for speed and long distances, and their engines can rack up some serious mileage if maintained well. The FJ series redefined what sport touring could be. The FJ1100 was the first in a long line of monumental bikes that redefined the sports touring market. Never before had a touring bike had this much power. 125 horsepower might not sound like much today, but this was back in 1984. A 150 mile/hour top speed and sub-11-second quarter mile put it ahead of most true sport bikes of the time. The all-new lateral frame concept gave the bike a lower center of gravity, mass centralization before it got a name, and a remarkably short wheelbase for such a big bike. Real talk, some known issues exist. Starter clutch problems on earlier FJs, exhaust rattling. But here's the thing. These issues are manageable if you know what you're doing. The fairing design was developed in a wind tunnel. This helped it hold that top speed when you got there, and created a great bubble around the rider and passenger. Even when the FJ1200 was released in 1986, with more power and torque everywhere, it could only manage a few miles per hour faster. Both the 1100 and 1200 are fantastic bikes. But why are they bargains? Because everyone chases the latest electronic wizardry. Meanwhile, these proven performers deliver real-world capability for a fraction of modern prices. Prices range from $1,800 to $4,500. Later 1200s in good shape trend higher, but still an incredible value. Coming up, Honda's V4 masterpiece that finally got the formula right. Number 4. Honda's VFR 750F Interceptor. V4 Perfection. Honda learned lessons from earlier V4 issues and truly perfected this engine with gear-driven cams in the VFR. It's renowned for its silky smooth power and exceptional reliability, coupled with fantastic handling. It's a true sport touring icon that can still be ridden hard and far. Here's what makes it special: that V4 engine note. Nothing else sounds like it. Nothing else delivers power quite the same way. The gear-driven cams create a mechanical symphony that's pure music. The VFR750F represents Honda's V4 technology at its peak. They took everything they learned from earlier attempts and created something truly special. This bike proves that you can have exotic engine configuration with bulletproof reliability. The V4 layout provides unique power characteristics that inline fours can't match. Why can you still find deals? Well, because most riders stick with inline fours or twins. The V4 layout scares people who don't understand its brilliance. Now, the handling is fantastic. The reliability is legendary. The performance is still impressive by today's standards. What's not to love? Honda's engineering team nailed the formula with the VFR750F. Smooth power, exceptional reliability, and handling that makes every ride special. Prices range from $2,000 to $5,500. Clean, original examples can fetch a premium due to collector interest, but solid riders are still available. But if you want the ultimate universal Japanese motorcycle, the next bike wrote the book. Number 3. The Suzuki GS Series, Bulletproof Engineering. The GS650, GS850G, and the GS1100 are often lauded for their over-engineered, bulletproof inline-four engines and simple, robust chassis. They were workhorses designed to last, and many still do with basic maintenance. Shaft drive models like the G variants offer even less maintenance. The GS series represents the quintessential universal Japanese motorcycle. These bikes are often lauded for their over-engineered, bulletproof inline-four engines. Get the shaft drive G variants? Even less maintenance required. These bikes understand that simplicity and reliability matter more than flashy features. The inline-four engines are incredibly robust. Simple design, proven technology, and engineering margins that ensure longevity. But why are they still reasonable? Because custom builders haven't inflated prices as much as other classics. They're too busy being reliable to be trendy. The GS series taught the industry what universal Japanese motorcycle really meant. Reliable, practical, and built to last without breaking the bank. Now, these bikes reward basic maintenance and punish neglect, but treat them right and they'll outlast machines costing 3 times as much. Prices range from $1,200 to $3,500, depends heavily on the model. 1100s are often higher, but still bargain territory. But if you want touring capability that can cross continents, the next bike is legendary. Number 2. The Honda Goldwing GL1100, GL1200, mile-eating machines. While large and complex for their time, these touring machines were engineered for epic mileage. The flat-four engines are incredibly robust and under-stressed. They represent immense value if you want a comfortable, reliable, long-distance cruiser. The Goldwing series redefined motorcycle touring. These weren't just bikes, they were rolling living rooms designed to eat miles in comfort. Those flat-four engines are engineering marvels, incredibly robust, under-stressed, and designed for the kind of mileage that would kill lesser machines. Sure, maintenance can be more involved due to complexity, but core reliability is supreme. When you're crossing continents, that reliability matters more than simplicity. The Goldwing represents Honda's commitment to touring excellence. Every component was designed for long-distance comfort and reliability. But why are they bargains? Because everyone wants the latest electronic touring bikes with GPS and heated everything. Meanwhile, these proven mile leaders deliver 90% of the capability for 30% of the cost. The comfort factor is unmatched. These bikes were designed when touring meant serious distance, not weekend rides to the coffee shop. Honda's engineering philosophy shines through every aspect of the Goldwing design. Build it right, make it comfortable, and ensure it lasts. Prices range from $1,800 to $5,000. Early 1100s hit the lower end, and cleaner 1200s climb higher. And now, number 1, the bike that defines bulletproof reliability. Number 1, the Honda Nighthawk series, the Indestructible legend. Absolutely legendary for being virtually indestructible. The Honda Nighthawk series, the CB650SC and CB700SC, are absolutely legendary for being virtually indestructible. Simple, air-cooled, often shaft-driven, and very easy to live with. Now, they were built for everyday reliability, not peak performance, making them fantastic long-term value. Parts are still fairly accessible. Now, here's the Honda philosophy in action. Build them to run for 100,000 miles without any drama. The Nighthawk series proves that philosophy works perfectly. These bikes represent everything right about 80s motorcycle engineering. Simple design, robust construction, and reliability that borders on the supernatural. The air-cooled engines are bulletproof. The shaft drive eliminates maintenance headaches. The overall design prioritizes function over flash. But why are they the ultimate bargain? Well, because they don't shout for attention. They just work, day after day, year after year, without any complaints. The Nighthawk series understands that the best motorcycle is the one that starts every morning and gets you to where you need to go without any drama. Honda built these bikes for people who want to ride, not wrench. That philosophy created machines that outlast trends and outlive their owners. When you're 500 miles away from the nearest motorcycle shop, the Nighthawk's simplicity and reliability become priceless advantages. Prices range from $1,500 to $4,000. Excellent condition examples might fetch a bit more, especially the S models, but even high-mileage examples often run perfectly. Now here's what you need to know before you buy. Never be afraid to walk away. It's better to wait for the right bike than to buy some abused old nail that's in need of a total rebuild from the ground up. And condition is king. A well-maintained, less reliable model can be better than a neglected, more reliable one. Always inspect thoroughly, or have a mechanic with you to do so. Assume some immediate needs: tires, fluids, and brakes. Assume any bike you buy will immediately need new tires, fresh fluids, and a brake system inspection. This is standard for old bikes. Carburetor cleaning. Most 80s bikes are carbureted, and old fuel gumming up carbs is a common issue. Factor in a carb cleaning or rebuild. Electrical gremlins. Aging wiring and connections can cause intermittent electrical problems. Parts availability. While many parts might be available, some specific trim pieces or electronics can be hard to find for any vintage bike. Honda and Yamaha generally have better part support. Here's the bottom line. The 80s was the golden era when reliability was built in, not programmed in. The big four Japanese manufacturers had hit their stride. European manufacturers fought back hard, and the result was fantastic advances in engine and chassis technology. These bikes from the 1980s represent a defining period in motorcycle history. You would have been privileged to experience the growing pains and successes of the Japanese motorcycle industry and witness the effect it had on companies who had been around before them. I think 80s era's bikes are the bikes that will grow most in value over the next 10 years or so. Get in now while they're still affordable. Every one of these bikes has character baked into every bolt. They're from an era when motorcycles had souls, not software updates. Now that glowing red thing on your screen? Yeah, that's the subscribe button. Hit it if you want more bulletproof bargains that deliver maximum soul for minimum drama. Still got some fuel left in the tank? Why don't you go ahead and click on that next video right here to keep the ride going? We've got more hidden gems waiting to be discovered.